Definitely need better posture. I need to sit up.
I know, right? We're all
shoulders
paying attention.
back. Supposed to do all that. Someone who knows about it, Dr. Nicole Whitehead. She joins us. She's from Advanced Spinal Fitness. Doc, I asked you the question before and I meant it. How important is the spine to us as people?
Good morning, by the way. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for having me. I mean, it's the most important thing, right? Like everything runs through there. The whole network that connects our brain to our body goes through the spine. And a lot of people think, chiropractors, we're just doing bones and muscles. And that's the media that we work with, obviously. But really what we're affecting is the nervous system. Because if things aren't moving right, if things aren't working right in the spine, it literally affects transmission of information brain to body. And so that's why sometimes you hear crazy stories, right? With chiropractic. Oh, I went to a chiropractor and it got, this weird, like seemingly unrelated thing better. And sometimes that does happen because if the communication brain to body isn't happening, all kinds of weird things downstream go wrong.
Share with us your journey. How'd you get into the chiropractor space? What was the first time, you cracked a neck? Give us the whole rundown.
The whole story. Well, so basically, when I was in school, when I was in high school, I was, got really interested in science, thought I was going to do genetic engineering. I was really, the core was I was fascinated with how the body runs itself, right? And DNA, right, is a huge piece of that. And but I was a high level, you would say athlete. Some people debate over that. I was on a national championship dance team. And so, competed at a high level. And partway through high school, one of my dear friends, Dr. Michelle, who actually we practice together now, but we've been friends forever. And we were co-captains on the team. And I was complaining about something. I guess I didn't realize how much I was complaining about my back, my neck, whatever. And she goes, "Listen, shut up. I've told you to see my chiropractor. Like, I don't want to hear it anymore unless you're going to go get this fixed." And my family, we weren't anti. It just wasn't in our box. It's not what any of us did. We didn't know anything about it. So I kind of went home. "Hey, Mom, can I go to Michelle's chiropractor?" And she says, "Yeah, sure." And I had great results. I had great results in the issues I was having. My overall health, immunity got better. And it was great. And my chiropractor one day before I headed off to college was like, "Hey, you'd be a great chiropractor." I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go do genetics. Right? And then I get to college and I go to my first career fair. And I already lived this pretty healthy lifestyle. I already didn't love to take Tylenol and ibuprofen if I didn't have to. I kind of went, a little more holistic anyway. And I go to my first career fair at school and I realize that every company that's there hiring for what I'm going to do is a pharmaceutical company, which was just not my vibe. And I was like, "Oh, this is a problem. Like, I'm still interested in this, but this is an issue." And so I had this little like mini existential crisis my freshman year. And all of a sudden I heard my chiropractor in the back of my head going, "You'd be a great chiropractor." I'm like, "Oh, you know what? That also has to do with how the body runs itself, right? Because it comes back to the nervous system." And it all made sense. And the rest is history there. So.
Wow, that's amazing. And just the way that you figured out what worked best for you too in that way. Now let's talk about pregnancy and chiropractic care, because when I was pregnant 1,000 years ago, my daughter's 20 now, I felt like it was like, don't move, don't do anything, sit still the whole time. But how can chiropractic care help during pregnancy?
Well, so I am I'm certified by the Academy Council of Chiropractic Pediatrics. So I have extensive postgraduate education in pediatric and pregnancy chiropractic. So I have a bunch of extra letters after my name for that. So I see a ton of pregnant moms and babies and toddlers and children. Pregnancy specifically, right? It's such a weird time, right? All those ligaments, that hormone relaxin, all the ligaments in your body get loose, right? So everything gets floppy. Your body's changing week to week. Your center of gravity's changing. You literally aren't putting pressure on your joints the way you used to from a physics point of view. So much of what I do is physics. And everything's loose and floppy, right? So there's like no integrity to what's going on. So things can just shift out of position really, really readily. And chiropractic during pregnancy is very, very, very safe. We use different methods on pregnant moms than we do on people who are non-pregnant. Obviously, we're taking into account all that laxity and what's there. And again, we're specially trained. My suggestion is if you're getting adjusted when you're pregnant, see somebody who has certification in pregnancy care. But yeah, it's come a long way, right? I mean, when you're talking about don't do anything, you're so right back in the day. But now, you go to CrossFit, right? And people are lifting and they're, we know that the pregnant body isn't fragile. But you do have to be aware of what's going on and do things appropriately. But there's a lot of moms out there who believe that back pain is gonna happen if you're pregnant. Like, I'm gonna have back pain, I'm gonna have sciatic just because I'm pregnant. And a lot of times the approach of the birth providers is, yeah, you're pregnant. And so many of the moms I take care of, and it's not all about pain. It's not even close to all about pain, but so many of the moms I take care of, they get adjusted and they're like, oh, I thought my back had to hurt because I was pregnant,
Right.
and now it feels better.
Circulation, I would wonder too. Preeclampsia, blood pressure, all those kinds of things. Does it help with blood flow and all that kind of stuff?
Well, so blood
too?
flow not necessarily, but here's the kicker, and here's why I do pregnancy chiropractic, is because if you've got a pelvis or a low back that's skewed or not sitting the way it's supposed to be, it literally changes the diameter of the birth canal. And it changes how all the soft tissues internally are torqued. And so when you look at possibility for complications, especially through the delivery process, those complications go up if things are not anatomically where they should be. And so my bigger vision, right, is, yes, I love making people comfortable. I love make people say, like, I don't even feel like I'm pregnant. This is amazing. But really the bigger vision is about safe births, right? With minimal complications for both baby and mom. Like, that's where my heart's at with pregnancy chiropractic. That's what it's about.
All right, I got to shift a little bit.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got to talk poker.
Yay!
Okay, let's talk Queen's Club. You've been in a lot longer than I have. You started with the Charlotte chapter, is that right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
a friend of mine mentioned this one day that she was headed off this charity women's poker group she's part of. I'm like, excuse me, what? Tell me more. And so we did not have a Lake Norman chapter at the time. So I joined the chapter she was in, which is the Charlotte chapter. But there's this great organization in North Carolina, Queen's Club. I think we're up to 5 or 6 chapters now. We do have a new-ish chapter here in Lake Norman that we're currently building. So you ladies who like to play poker,
Yes.
pay attention. But it is this great group of women. We get together about once a quarter. We play a poker tournament. There's a buy-in. We get food. We get wine. It's great. We have these wonderful volunteer gentlemen who do our dealing, and they're a pit boss, and they serve our food. But the key is whoever wins the tournament at the end of the night gets to pick what charity gets all the money from that night.
Yeah.
So that's the fun. And it's a great group of ladies, but it's so cool to just have that constantly changing charity picture. And, everybody's kind of fighting for that ability to.
Do you wear glasses, or like what's your go-to?
Oh, they have the visors and everything there too,
no,
if you want to wear them.
No, I don't wear it. I don't wear any of that.
It's fun though. It's a fun way for ladies to hang out together. It's a fun way to give back
so
too,
great.
without just writing a check. It's
Yes.
it's a really fun way to give back.
Yes, and I actually won one night. I got to pick my charity, which was really fun. And you don't have to know how to play poker when you show up. There's a lot of women. We've had beginners win their first night, but there's a beginner table where they teach you, so you don't have to be.
Yeah, it was my very first time playing poker when I went last time.
Did you enjoy it?
I had the most fun. Yeah. I signed up immediately.
Yeah,
so
and
I'm in
in
the
a couple
club.
more weeks, we got the next one coming.
I'm looking forward to it.
Obviously involved in the community. I see here you're involved also with other organizations like Theater Statesville and other things like that. What's that been like, the journey of a business owner, but then getting involved with the community in different ways? What's that been like for you?
That's what it's all about, right? It's like you want a community that you can be a part of, especially when you're a business owner. You want to live in the community, you want to work in the community, you want to have connections in the community. My kids always joke. They're like, Mom, everywhere we go, you know somebody. I'm like, yeah, they got their eyes on you. But no, it's great. Yeah. So Theater Statesville, I love to act and sing and dance. And like I said, I was on the dance team when I was younger and things like that. And so, we have a production coming up. I'm currently playing Miss Scarlet in Clue, which is with Theater Statesville. What a funny, talented group of people. Oh my gosh, this cast is hilarious. And so our shows are coming up. We got 2 weekends of shows, Labor Day weekend and the weekend after. So if anybody likes some good entertainment,
I've seen that show. It is hilarious.
It's a great
it's
show.
Very good show. Yeah, it's a great show.
So many different things going on. The body, changes over time, or there's things you might bend over the wrong way and grab something. Maybe I've mowed the lawn for the first time in months and, tweak something, anything like that. Do you find people come to you after the problem, or are they coming to you because, hey, I don't want something to happen to me?
A little bit of both, right? We kind of see all that. And within our practice, there's such a wide range. We've got sports specialist chiros, we got nutrition specialist chiros in our office. We have like something for everybody. I do take care of adults who are already broken, if you will, who have things going on, who come to me. And I love that too. But really the reason I chose one of my focuses to be pediatrics is because I want to get to the stuff before it's a problem. There are plenty of adults that I see where when I start going through their history and looking at their spine and looking at the x-rays, I know that some of the stuff they're experiencing when they're 30, 40 and on started with a certain injury they had back in baseball when they were 12 that they told me about that tracks with everything I see. So my headspace with pediatrics is, we want to be taking care of things as they happen so that they don't accumulate and then be an issue for us later down the road.
Dr. Nicole Whitehead, Advanced Spinal Fitness. You can check out the website, advancedspinalfitness.net, located in Mooresville.
Yes.
Convenient location for you, too.
Read more, too, in Lake Norman Woman Magazine. Pick up your copy today.
Advanced Spinal Fitness. Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, you guys.